Hey, all my worthy viewers. Today I am talking about the new movie that is sweeping, has brought us another hit, Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. And here with me to talk about it is Tony Lopez from Cinefilo de Alma. Take it away, Tony.
Hello, Justin. How are you?
I'm well, Tony. Thanks for coming on. This is great. You're a good friend of mine through the socials and even beyond that. So I'm glad that you're here.
Thank you for having me. Well, I'm just saying Black Panther Wakanda Forever is the sequel to Black Panther, the movie from 2018, which was the first movie to be nominated for an Oscar for Best Picture that was based on a comic book, which I think is totally unfair. I think the first movie based on a comic book that should have been nominated was The Dark Knight, but life isn't fair. So the movie really deals with the death of King T'Challa, character of Chadwick Boseman in the first film, and it deals with how Shuri, her sister, has to take up the mantle of the Black Panther, and deals with Namor. This is this new villain we have here, who wants to burn the whole world. Talking about the Dark Knight. People just want to watch the world burn, and well, it's full of action. It has an incredible scene between Danai Gurira and Angela Bassett. Scene between them, which is really tense. I think it's one of the best scenes in the whole movie because of the intensity of the performances. Incredible, and the action sequences mesmerizing, incredible. I think it sticks there, with that's what really is the trademark of the Marvel movies. The action sequences, especially, but the music and everything wasn't too awesome. Opposite to the first film, which it won 3 Academy Awards, which was incredible. And yeah, I think the movie deals. It has this great mantle to take upon for the first film. I think what happened also to Age of Ultron, for instance, the great event that was the first Avengers film. This movie really had to deal with taking up the mantle of this great film that really changed the whole view of the superhero films. But I think the whole thing of dealing with the death of Chadwick Boseman, the whole homage there. I think it steals the show a little bit. I think, for instance, that initial sequence, first scene in which Shuri tries to save him. I think it was a little, I don't know, I didn't feel it right in the way of I think it was like, okay, we have to shoot this scene to introduce the tragedy that happened in real life. So I think I felt like a little, you know, not uncomfortable, but I thought I didn't feel it like a Marvel movie.
Mhm.
So
What
so
about your overall feeling of the movie? What would be like the rating that you would give it as a movie on the whole?
I would say it's 4 out of 5.
4 out of 5. Great. So yeah, that's like a WTV and a half over here. So almost a perfect movie. Uh, I really enjoyed it too. I do have to. I agree with you on a lot of the things. Yeah, this movie deals with grief a lot. This is about death. This is something that is, happens in life, and unfortunately, Chadwick Boseman left us too early, and or right on time, as God would say. But it really deals with that. So it is hard. It's a hard movie to get through, especially if you are a big Marvel fan and a big Chadwick Boseman fan. I mean, going through his filmography the other day, I mean, he's record pretty much. I mean, every movie that he's in outside of even Black Panther, he's so solid in. I mean, his last performance, he was nominated for Best Actor. So I mean, yeah, we could also make this sort of homage to Chadwick Boseman as well. But this is a new film, and we should talk about it as it is as well, because somebody is crowned new Black Panther. I don't know if we want to give away too many spoilers. Um, but yeah, the scene with Angela Bassett, she should be up for Best Supporting Actress this year for her performance. It is very, very, it's just what you want from these actors in these movies, because it's not like throw it away that it's a Marvel movie, but let's just say that it's a movie. You got to make the movie the best you can possibly make it, even if it is, a Marvel movie. Hello, Love and Thunder. But you get good actors and you get people who perform to their abilities. But I do think that it's not as good as the first, and I think it's not getting a lot of critical praise. Obviously the box office is saying hello, because 330 million on an opening weekend worldwide is, I mean, just insane. But also in the month of November, uh, but yeah, it's just I kind of was missing Chadwick. Chadwick really elevated that movie, and I mean, this movie is still great it's an epic on its own right, but it really elevated that movie to the point where it needed to be nominated for Best Picture, because I don't know if Wakanda Forever is going to be nominated for Best Picture. The costume design for sure is amazing. I mean, the lady had to go through to create all the costumes is just insane. I do see that happening. Maybe some production design, for sure. How did you feel about the new villain? So he's able to breathe underwater, and he has wings on his ankles, so he can fly as well. I mean, what do you think about this
I
new
think
villain?
that I think that one of the greatest weakness that the MCU has is the villains. If we
Mm.
take out Loki and Thanos, what do we have left? We don't really have that many memorable villains. I don't think Namor is going to be the exception. He's going to be one of those villains which yeah, he's great. Yeah, I saw him. It was cool. It's not something that you get out of the theater thinking about. You really don't think about that.
Yeah, yeah. Well, what people are saying and thinking about is that the culture that was brought through from Namor, and sort of that um, the brown side of acting, and the cultures that we don't normally get to see is really forth through in this movie. Not only like Wakanda and the Black culture, but also Namor and his culture, and the way that things are there, because his whole world is that they're underwater. Wakanda is on the top, and they're underwater, and he was able to get through the walls of Wakanda, and that's how we meet him. And of course, the Queen and Shuri were wondering why, and we all were. So this movie is all about the that special weaponry that was created, and can take on supervillains, and yeah, of course America wants it so they can create huge weapons of mass destruction, and so he's trying to protect that. And Wakanda is not the only place where this super serum sort of exists. So he now they battle. Now they go to war, and so that's what we have here. Um, and there is some great action scenes, lots of great action scenes in this movie. I mean, and it's underwater. It was filmed in Georgia at Tyler Perry Studios, and they had this huge tank that was built for them, and they just filmed in it. And Ryan Coogler was saying, because I went to see a screening of it yesterday at the Academy Theater here in Los Angeles, and there was the director, and Angela was there, and writers and stuff, and the costumer, and he was saying that he would go down to the bottom of the tank and just sort of hang out and get his piece, because he knew when he rose above water there'd be 100 million people asking him questions. And so yeah, I mean, a lot of this does take place underwater, and the costumer, she had to create stuff that would survive in water for 8 hours at a time, and still be able to, be look good on screen and stuff. So there's a lot that went into this movie, and you can definitely feel the passion that went behind it. Ryan Coogler has all of his movies actually have the same sort of theme because Fruitvale Station, has a lot of heart and deals with death. And Creed, he directed Creed as well, which deals with death and has a lot of heart. So and he loves working with Michael B. Jordan because he's in all of his movies. But yeah, I just think that the way of his directing is something that should be taken heavily for other directors out there. Bring your life and your style into these movies, and it'll showcase, and it'll be a beautiful film. Because I don't think of this as, yeah, like necessarily a Marvel it's about it, but it is just a solid, good film, but not as good as the first, I would say.
I would say that something I think we haven't spoke about is the character of Riri Williams, you know, which is
The
going to take up
character
the
of,
mantle of Iron Man. He's played by Dominic
yeah.
Thorne. I really like her.
Mm,
Not like the
mhm.
other new young Avengers that have been showing up in this last phase, but
Oh, she's the young girl. Yeah, she actually kind of started this whole thing. She created this thing where she's able to find. Do you know what the name of the stuff is? The stuff that they're searching for. It's slipping my mind right now. Um, this stuff, the whatever the whole movie's about it. This stuff.
the
It's
great the driller.
it's
They were searching
it's
for
it.
vibranium in the bottom of the ocean.
Yeah. What's the name of it?
I don't remember. I think it was a driller. But
No,
I
I
don't
know it was
remember
a
the name.
drill. No, but
Maybe
the
it's
stuff that they're looking for, um, the
vibranium.
stuff that the suits made out of, and the weaponry is made out of.
Vibranium.
What is it?
Vibranium. The special
Oh,
metal.
vibranium. Oh, right, right. Yes, 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 yes. Okay, yeah. So that's in the ocean, and she made this drill to go find it, and
Exactly.
and
Exactly.
and that set off this whole war now in between Wakanda and Namor. So, yeah, the vibranium. Yeah, she was fantastic. What a great addition to a story. Yeah, most of this movie, besides the villain, is women led. It's all women.
Yeah.
These
Exactly.
you have Denai Guerra, who's the captain of the people who plays Okoye, Lupita Nyong'o, Letitia Wright who plays Shuri, Angela Bassett playing Ramonda, and then yeah, Dominique Thorne playing Riri, Michaela Cole, Anika, like all of these, they're all female, and it's so nice. We do have he's back, Martin Freeman's back, uh, as sort of the comic relief, but yeah, it's really good to see because like Wonder Woman was good, but 1984 didn't really pay off. I don't think uh, what's the Marvel one, the Miss Marvel? Is it Miss Marvel?
No, Captain Marvel.
Captain Marvel, yeah, didn't really see. I
No,
forgot the name. It didn't
I, I,
really
I,
do.
I, did- I, I'm not going to say I hated the movie, but we're talking about Phase Three. The, you know, the previous movie for Endgame, which was, we already knew was going to be incredible, but this movie really didn't. It seemed like a Phase One film, not a Phase Three film.
Mhm. Yeah,
I feel really disappointed when I saw it.
yeah. But yeah, I love it. It's yeah, all internationally led and um, people of color led and female led, and I really love that Ryan Coogler gave that sort of story to be told. But yeah, fantastic film. It's got a 7.4 over there on IMDb, and let's see what Rotten Tomatoes is giving it here. 84% for Rotten Tomatoes. Pretty good. 96% for the first one though, so we know what's going on there. But yeah, and then again, it's made like 330 million worldwide, which is insane. Um, yeah. What else do you have to say about this? Because we don't want to give spoilers away. It's still too soon, but there is a mid-credit scene. Got to stay for that. Got a little dusty in the theater, little
Yeah,
sniffles and stuff. But
totally.
yeah, they really do show, and of course, there's all the Chadwick Boseman stuff as well. Um, yeah, I'm giving this movie a WTV on my scale, so that's like a 3.5 out of 5, so pretty good. But yeah, I don't know, something just didn't hit right with me. I'm and maybe the thing with you and the villain. That since Avatar has been a thing and like Aquaman was a thing, this didn't really shock me or surprise me in any sort of way. And I think you're right. The villain is kind of just gonna come and go, and hopefully it comes back and maybe has its own sort of story because yeah, like we talked about, the culture of that whole sort of uh, um, atmosphere down there and what it all means to them and what how they belong to it is really important and should be told. But yeah, I just don't think it really worked. It kind of clashed with this Wakanda sort of storyline. And but yeah, I mean, oh, I also love that at the beginning, and they did it for Black Panther as well on Disney Plus. Is the Marvel scroll at the beginning was all Chadwick Boseman and Black Panther. Yeah, so that was.
Yeah.
I mean, they could not have given him a better send off. I suppose, but yeah, let's say our final thoughts about the movie if we have anything, and we'll move on because this is a long one of my longer videos here, but definitely worth it because it's a movie and the biggest movie at the moment for sure. People think it's going to take over Top Gun as biggest movie of the year, but we also still have Avatar to come out, so we'll see what really is the big box office topper. But yeah, any last thoughts on Wakanda Forever?
Well, I would say it's the best movie of the Phase Four, but regrettably, it didn't. It didn't have a great competition. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
kind of true. Yeah,
It's
I
true.
mean, I and I liked Doctor Strange. That was good. The newest one. I know a lot of people didn't, but I enjoyed it. Um, but yeah, I think yeah, it's still obviously worth the view. So definitely go check it out. It's sweeping the nation. And why don't you tell everybody where they can find you? You're super popular over on Facebook and getting a lot of streams and stuff. But yeah, tell everybody where they can find you because you're also starting a new project on YouTube and tell everybody about it.
Well, my project is called Cinefilo de Alma, and you can find me in Facebook, in Instagram, and now in my new channel in YouTube. And well, I'm just get into more social media.
Yeah. And what do you do on the show? What do you talk about?
Well,
The program.
I haven't posted my own videos in the channel yet because I'm busy, with my studies and everything. But I expect to do it soon. But I'm doing with my girlfriend, and we're doing videos about trivia about actors and actresses.
Yeah.
Just
What was
just a little kickoff.
you just released one, right? What was that about?
We released about, I think we have 5 videos in the channel. We have one about
Nice.
Emma Stone. We have one about Emma Watson. One about Zendaya. One about the other one, Scarlett Johansson and Elizabeth Olsen. And we're
Nice.
going to be posting more.
Great. Yeah. And what about on Facebook? You you just information about and Instagram information about movies and celebrity actors and actresses.
Information about movies, about the directors, actors, my own personal reflections about the industry, news as well. For
Nice.
instance, today I posted the cancellation of the Parts of the Caribbean movie. We know you, Margot Robbie, so
Oh,
canceled.
oh wow! I didn't know that. Dang it! I'm a fan of that franchise, every movie individually, but I love the franchise for what it for the movie industry and blockbusters and stuff. That's too bad. Great, yeah. Definitely go check it out. It's always fun to read and watch the stuff that you do. That's Cinefilodealma, Cinefilo de Alma. And yeah, you also have done videos with Rob. We know Rob's been on here a bunch of times, and you're going to be a part of the Mushroom Awards, where you're giving away nominations, and the Fleming Awards. You're doing some
So
nomination stuff there, so that'll be fun. And yeah, definitely go check out all this stuff on there. Thank you so much, Tony, for coming on to Worth a View Movies first time, and what a great first guest. And yeah, we should do this monthly, like Rob and I do for this channel, and always enjoy talking with about movies with people and putting it out there. And these videos do pretty well. So I think people like the longer chats about movies sometimes. So let's keep in touch, and thank you so much for coming on. And everyone, go see Black Panther: Wakanda Forever, because it's worth the view.